Today guys, we are going to be going over some of the craziest things I've experienced in Grand RP since I joined the server. Now I know a lot of you guys have probably experienced some crazy stuff too, so be sure to comment it down below. But anyways, I hope you go on to enjoy the video, and if you haven't already joined the server before and want to, be sure to click the link down below in the description, click on start playing, select which server you want to play on, register an account, and download the launcher, and you should be good to go from there. So the very first crazy thing that I experienced in this city was a very long time ago. I'm talking right around the time when 30k IDs were considered noobs. And it brings us over to LSPD. I believe at the time I might have been a lieutenant of patrol, or possibly even just a patrol officer 3. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a long time ago. So pretty much what was going on is, we were chilling in the meeting room, having a meeting, as we normally would. By the way, this is back when LSPD was literally the most fun org in the entire world. So we're all chilling there, and we hear an explosion outside the building. Everybody freaks out. We run downstairs, because you don't really hear explosions that much in the city, since you can't have sticky bombs, grenades, or RPGs. Well, it turns out, literally right here where my car is, some dude climbed up one of the ladders right here, and on top of this building was spamming RPGs at LSPD, and there were explosions going off like crazy. It was insane. Like I said, this was the very first time I experienced this in the city, and at that point in time, I was probably around level 15 or level 20, so I played for a pretty decent amount of time. But that person managed to kill like half of the police force that was on duty, because we all sprinted out of the meeting room like crazy, and then instantly got blown to pieces. It was kinda hilarious, but I have experienced other cheaters in the city as well. That was just one of the craziest experiences I've ever encountered. But another crazy experience that has happened was at Beach Market with a hacker. This actually happened twice that I've seen here. It's probably happened a couple more times after that. The first time, I was pulling up right around to this area, walked into the Beach Market just to those shops right over there, and what ended up happening was some hacker decided to start a car tornado. So every single car that was right over here just started spiraling up in the air, smacking people and just murdering everybody. It was kind of crazy. The exact same thing happened at the other end of Beach Market a little while later, and once again I was just like, what the actual hell is going on right now? I was tripping out like crazy. And then actually recently, maybe about a month ago, some dude wearing very noob-like clothing, just a striped shirt, some crappy pants, and crappy shoes, decided to pull up to Beach Market. And by the way, we were in an actual green zone, not an unscripted one, but he just went around killing everybody with a revolver. Just boom, dead, boom, dead, boom, dead. And I was at the gym. I was like, what the hell's going on? Called an admin. They appeared, and they asked what this guy was wearing. And I told them that's what he was wearing. So then they TP'd me to the guy that was doing it, and then the dude just said he didn't do any of this. He was so confused. And then in front of two admins, he pulled out the rev again, in a green zone still, by the way, and then just started trying to kill the admins and a couple of us as well. Once again, really funny. We were all laughing. He was banned instantly. That's enough of the cheaters now. Let's get into some of the other stuff. For example, Life Invader. Now, I've heard of this happening a couple times before. I never got to see it until one time. I was just taking a look at the ads being published, as people normally do, and out of nowhere, the entire thing just filled up with a bunch of racist and really messed up stuff. And the entire server went crazy. Like, I'm talking extremely messed up, terrible things were being said. And I'm not even going to mention what they are, because there's literally no point in me saying any of that. Let's just say there was talk of selling stuff, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say, along with other crap. Either way, the guy was banned instantly, but club chat went crazy. Instantly, admins just responded, and I'm pretty sure the guy got like permanently blocked 2 or 3 times. I don't even know, but I'm sure every admin that was on instantly took care of that. But either way, they still managed to get like 5 ads out, which was really crazy. And I'm sure some of you guys watching were probably in the server while that happened. Or maybe you were another time, because I heard it happened a couple times before that. But speaking of the server itself, sometimes it crashes. Now, normally when a server crashes, I also just realized I'm driving around this crappy car. Let me go to my family house really quick. Kind of went off topic there, but normally when a server crashes, everybody gets kicked. Well, one time the server crashed, but this time what ended up happening was the server crashed, a couple hundred people were kicked during peak server hours. I'd say this was around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is pretty much exactly what time it is now, so right around 1900, the server crashed. nobody could load back in. A couple hundred people got kicked. So there was maybe about 800 people in the city at the time. But then as people would get off the game, or maybe their game just crashed randomly, they weren't able to load back in. And this was back when I had a family called Hell's Angels, I believe. So pretty much, my friend and I were playing along with a couple other people, but their games ended up crashing or they got kicked from the server. But at the end of the day, by the time the server restarted, there was only about 100 people in the city, if I'm remembering that correctly. What ended up happening was we went to every informal, biz war, weapons factory, and we managed to win, just the two of us, practically all of those events because all of the big families didn't have anybody on. There was nobody in the city. It was honestly freaking awesome. The only thing that kind of sucked is the fact that a lot of my other friends ended up also getting kicked, or they weren't able to load back in, or just came home and weren't able to load into the city at all. So that was kind of a downside for them. But on the positive side, we won tons of informals, we won Biz War, and we won Weapons Factory. And to me, that's a pretty crazy experience. Like, imagine it's just a normal day, and then out of nowhere, 90% of the server gets kicked from the city, and then you and your friend can go to every event and pretty much win them instantly. I'm pretty sure at Weapons Factory that time, there was only one other family there, and all we had to do was kill one of them, and then there was only one dude left, and there was just two of us, so we pretty much instantly won it. It was awesome. I'm not saying I want that to happen again, but it was pretty great because we got a lot of cool stuff. We took control of some businesses, stuff like that. I had a blast, so did my friends, and I'm sure a lot of people were really pissed off about that, specifically some of the larger families in the city. But either way, pretty crazy experience what happened then. Another really fun and crazy experience that I got to experience was the Purge. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, the Purge is awesome. Trust me, the Purge now sucks. It is nothing compared to the OG Purge. Now, I will link the video down below in the description because you will get to see what the Purge used to be like, back when there wasn't as many rules and regulations for admins. Pretty much what I'm saying is, they gave myself and a group of my friends heavy snipers with 9,999 bullets, deluxos to fly around the city in, and also changed us all into Bigfoots. And yes, I literally made a video on it, and it was so much fun. And this was back when I was in PD once again. I think I was still a patrol officer, possibly lieutenant. Either way, we had a blast. Just killed everybody. And we were also able to shoot in green zones back then. So we literally went to the hotel, and I know this sounds kind of rude, but people walking out the door for the very first time, we annihilated them. But I don't think any of us died that entire time. And if we did, we had two admins with us that were also messing around in the Purge. By the way, I don't think those admins are admins anymore. I'm pretty sure one of them actually got blacklisted. Not 100% sure, but either way, even if we did die, we would literally just get revived and spawned right back next to our group. It was honestly insane. And then the next Purge happened, and none of that was allowed to happen. But either way, it was a crazy experience and a ton of fun. If you guys want to watch that video, like I said, it is linked down below in the description. But anyways, that is going to wrap things up for today. Those are just some of my most crazy experiences that I've ever gotten to encounter in this city. I'm sure some of you have some crazy stories as well, so comment them down below, and I look forward to reading them. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.